Hi, I'm Nicky and I'm Sew&Snip. Welcome back to my vlog today. As you see, vlog number 2. I was so amazed by how many people actually took the time to watch my first vlog last week, which was a real test. But I was astounded. I had over 400 views and 76 subscribers. I was expecting a few family and friends, you know, maybe a couple of my sewing friends from Instagram to watch it, and that was about it. So thank you to everybody that took the time to watch it. I'm so glad to be back here again today, and hopefully I'll be still learning as I go along. So I've written some things down of what people have asked and what I can talk about today. First of all, what I'm wearing. This is Simplicity Blouse, one of my tried and tested patterns, Simplicity 1694. I think this is the 4th one I've made in this white crepe, and I'm wearing it today with my Pompon Waistcoat from Maison Fauve. This is a free pattern from there for this waistcoat, and this one's made out of a patchwork of all bits of old jeans that I've patched them together into a big square of fabric and then cut the pattern pieces out and stitched it up in the normal way. So that's what I'm wearing today. As I said, it's great to hear all your feedback from my first vlog, and one of the things that people did ask me about was my sewing space. Obviously I'm out in the summer house again today because Grand Prix on the telly and it's bank holiday weekend, so I thought I'd escape out here. So I've done a little video of my sewing space, and I'll hope to put it in now, or if not at the end, whichever way I can work it out to go, and some photographs as well of the way I store things and where I put things away. I was also asked about my sewing stash or fabric stash. I haven't got a huge stash anymore. I used to, and over the last couple of years I've really sort of tried to make myself use my stash wherever possible. So that has gone down considerably, because I haven't actually got a sewing room now because we downsized. I now have a sewing space instead. So yes, I haven't got a huge fabric stash. I'm sure my husband would disagree with that, but I've got a couple of containers out here in the summer house, and got some underbed storage that's got a few bits and pieces in. Right, so what have I been working on this week since I last spoke to you? I've finished my Florence blouse, so again I'll try and take some photographs today to show you that one. I don't know who you can hear in the background, but the rain's just started again, typical bank holiday weather. So whether I get any outside, because it's a bit dark to be inside, I'll try, but if I can I'll try and put them in here. So what have I bought? Well, not a lot. Actually, I don't think I've actually bought anything this week, but I have got a couple of things that I said I'd show you from last week, which is the backpack I'm planning to make. So this is the Maggie Switch, which is a convertible backpack. You can see you can use a shoulder strap or a crossbody or traditional backpack style. The plan for this was to make it in time for my holiday, but obviously I've been back home for 2 weeks, so that didn't happen. I printed the pattern out. Obviously with all bag patterns, they're not very big pattern pieces, so it does fit mainly onto A4, but I didn't have any ink in the printer, and having looked at how much the ink costs, I decided I'd have a look at printing instead. For most of my pattern printing, when I send it off, I use CLC Print, because I like their thinner pattern paper that they use rather than the too heavier one. But I found they now do a package for bag patterns, so they will print the A4 or a bound booklet with all the instructions, and then all the sheets of your bag pattern on the A4 format, and it starts from £1.70. So I thought that was a much better idea to do that, and I think it is, if you spend over £5 you get free postage with them as well. So that was really good. So I've got the pattern now ready, and the fabric I'm planning for it. If you can see, it's a canvas and it's got an airport theme, so planes, runway. I thought that'd be great for a travel bag, because what I like about this backpack is it's got the slot on the back, so you can put it over the handle of your little wheelie case when you're going through the airport. So I bought this canvas at the show that was at Westpoint, that I can't think what it's called, Make Create, or so that was a short while ago. I'll put the details in the notes. So we went there for the day, and I bought this from one of the stands there. They didn't have a name on the bag, so I can't tell you which company it was, but I just spotted it and thought, yeah, that'll be great. So for that one, I think I'm going to do gold zips on it. I haven't thought of the lining yet. I think possibly pick up one of the fabrics colours, either the blue, the red, or there's a bit sort of yellowy gold there. So that's my plan for that one, and I need to get some webbing as well. I would have liked a pattern one, but I think perhaps it's going to be a plain colour to make that go with that. So yeah, so that's my plan for that one. And as I said, the Maggie Switch was a pattern by Studio 77, which I found out about because they were doing a sew along not long back. I don't know if anybody else there joined in, but it was to make the Valentino pouch. It was a free sew along she did, showing you how to do the reverse applique, doing your stitches, your lining, and it was really good. It sort of inspired me to think, yes, I don't always have to be making clothes. I could make some more bags. I have made a few odd ones in the past, but this one inspired me to have a go at some more, and I made myself a shoulder bag and another Valentino pouch for when we went up to the Stitch show in London. So that was what inspired me to have another go at bag making. So we'll see how I got on with that. Right, and the only other fabric I've got this week is another one from Minerva. As I spoke about last week, I'm one of their ambassadors, and I've been doing that for over 8 years. So once a month we get a call out and we can pick a fabric. I haven't started my last one yet, but this one came up because this was an extra one, because they have some new exclusive design fabrics. I don't know if any of you use Minerva, but it's very worth a look. It's a fantastic selection, but they have a number of different exclusive designs, so you can get something a little bit different. Lots of different fabric blends in it. I've done some with the linen viscose mix. I've made with the, totally forgotten what the name of the fabric is now, but this one is one of their new base fabrics. This is a light silky base, and it's a charmeuse silky satin. So this is the dynamic brush strokes, which I thought was a lovely range of colours. And I think somebody picked up in last week's vlog that most of my fabrics I've bought lately seem to have a dash of pink in them, which isn't a colour I would say I would have said I was drawn to, but obviously I am. So this is a lovely drapey silky fabric. It's not quite sheer, but it is quite a fine fabric. I don't think you can see quite through it there at the back. But I'm thinking for this, I don't think I'd make a dress. I'm thinking it would be great for a lining, for a jacket, because it's that sort of lightweight. But I'm thinking maybe that ruffle shirt from Trend Patterns that I shared the pattern of last week. I think maybe that might be worth seeing if I can fit it in. I've got 2.5 meters anyway, so if anybody else has got any other suggestions, then that would be great. So that's sort of my plans. And as I said, I finished my Florence blouse this week. I did some alterations for my daughter because she's just gone away. She's going to be bridesmaid, so I had to slightly take in her dress. But that's about it for this week. It's been a little bit hectic. Also, I had to go and pick up my daughter's dog, so I've got him with me today, but he just decided to go out and sunbathe in between the rain showers. So that's all I could think that I was going to cover with you today. Again, thank you to anybody that listened to my vlog last week, and again, if you've got to the end of this week's, that's great, and thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye. So here's a view of my sewing space. It's just a little area off the side of the kitchen, but I've got everything I need there. As you see at the moment, I've got one of my trolleys pulled out and my overlocker set up on that, and when I'm not using the overlocker, I can put it up on top of the drawer unit at the end there, and the trolley unit will fit back under the desk. The desk is one of the tables from IKEA with adjustable legs on it, so I can get it the right height to fit those trolleys underneath. I've got a Calyx unit just beside it here with my sewing books, some of my patterns, and there's many more up in the loft, and some future projects down there. Got another trolley under the desk on the other side. It's got bits and pieces like boxes of buttons, ribbons, elastics, or things like that. Then obviously project I'm working on at the moment, which is the Florence Blouse, which hopefully I will finish this week, and all my bits and pieces there. These drawers are really good this is another one from IKEA, because they're nice sort of shallow drawers, so you can put everything in but you can still see it without much problem of everything piling up. So I've got all my bits and pieces in there, and it's ideal just sitting here to sew, because then if in between clients, that's my workspace just out there, from my sewing desk I can actually see my clients walking up the driveway if I've got a bit of time in between. So yeah, that's my little sewing space. Turn it back around the other way so you can see. Cutting out wise, I use my dining room table, because that's 2 meters long and 1 meter wide, so it's a nice big size that I can put everything out on there. I've got 2 cutting boards which I add to the top if I'm using my rotary cutter, and you can probably spot them. They're just kept down under the armchair there, so that they're nice and flat when I'm not using them.